So we've actually managed to wangle a guest. The favours have had to call in to actually get someone interested in the podcast. We've told our 3 stories over and over again, and now it's like, oh, we need someone fresh that's actually done something interesting.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, that's not me then.
So for our hordes of listeners, this is Jeff Williams from Onslaught, bassist extraordinaire.
Oh, thank you very much for a beautiful introduction, sir.
I don't think it's bad. How are you, mate?
Not too bad. Yourself, bro? Everything good?
I'm all right. Just for some context, I worked as stage manager for Onslaught for,
many years.
Yeah, many a year.
Many years, many eventful tours, shows, festivals.
All borderline chaos.
All fucking not borderline. There's nothing borderline about the chaos at all.
With you running it, Del, I know it's fucking chaos. Constant chaos.
In fairness, I have got to say, they did an absolutely spectacular job. Still fucking chaos, you know, and in his inevitable style.
Aye, except
but regardless, they've done a really fucking good job.
Aye, well, someone had to carry the water and towels for side, didn't they?
Well, there is that. Tell them when the meals are ready.
Is there a vegan option?
Yeah, it used to crack me up when Dylan used to say that he'd like do tour manage bands and Onslaught and stuff like that, and he'd be like, fucking hell, I know Dylan, and he can't even manage himself. How was he managing a group of people on a stage?
Yeah, in fairness, they really stepped up to it, mate. There were some very fucking shitty situations that we found ourselves in some looks like dodgy countries sometimes.
Oh, but so many dodgy countries.
And you know, Dylan would always step up and you know, get shit done, as they say. So it was it was good. The right personality for it. See, the thing about it is you don't really want somebody who's sensitive. Or nuanced to do this job sometimes.
You need a certain degree of autism.
There's got to be, yeah.
Again, my brother actually asked me the other day, oh, have you got that picture of you on the inner sleeve of the Onslaught live album?
Is that the one with you fucking sprawled out covered in sick or something?
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be it.
Yeah.
That was 3 4 logos into a 4 logo challenge.
What is it, like a tonic wine type thing, is it? Or
no, it's do you want to try and explain what 4 logo is, Dom?
So Jeff introduced them to me. He's like, have you seen this website? It's called like whatididon4loco.com. And for contact, and it's just pictures of people saying, oh yeah, you drink 2 of them and then you black out and then you just rob people, or you wake up in your sister's bed, or you set a small fire.
Dan McNeil?
Yeah.
Or there's a lot of them, or you wake up in a bed in the house that you used to live in 15 years ago.
They give you dementia, like.
Yeah. Well, it's so basically it's an industrial strength energy drink. It's got all the shit in there that you get from all the other ones, but concentrated.
Yeah.
The cans are just about a litre, I should imagine.
Yeah.
Plus, it's 14.5% alcohol.
Fuck.
Oh my god!
And it sends you. And the first can is euphoric. In fact, apparently, according to the site, people who can't get their hands on their cocaine fix go out and buy cans of 4 Loco because it gives you that same sort of.
It was generally the first can was like, this is like cheap cocaine. You know, this is like Valley's Coke, you know? Makes me feel like home.
Like Ponty Coke.
Yeah.
Smells like petrol. Petrol and cement.
But apparently, it was banned in a bunch of states, not because of the alcohol content, but because of how brutal the energy ingredients were.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
It's just like the Red Bull and stuff in Thailand is completely different to what you get over here as well, isn't it?
Well, it's got tits and a dick.
and that's
Yeah.
why I like it.
No,
That's how I like it. Scary and androgynous.
as long as it's tucked out the way, mate, then it's fine by me. But so the whole point with this 4 loco thing is this like the 4 loco challenge. So Dylan got through 3 and went past the euphoric state into the living sort of like
Comatose.
zombie comatose. Yeah, he just completely fucked up. It was awesome. And for catering that day, we had like these custom burgers made for us that they were awesome. And then when Dylan eventually did pass out, the only things that he threw up were the lettuce. So the things that were actually good for you and the only things that had vitamins and beneficial content. And his body rejected all of that, but just kept all the shit in there.
Nice.
And now he's immortalised on an album cover.
Where in
Yeah.
the world are they?
What's that now?
Where in the world are they from?
Well, Four Locos, America.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, very
Jet-
very American.
I reckon we could get
It
him.
sounds American, yeah.
You can get them in the UK
Yeah?
in certain dodgy sort of off licenses, but it tends to be there's like an export version which is only like 9%.
Like a dull down.
Yeah, and it's also the one that's apparently legal in some of the states that it was illegal previously. So it's literally a watered down version.
Right.
Half the fun.
Yeah,
Half
I
the
don't want half
fun.
the fun. I want the full fun.
Exactly.
Full fat fun.
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't know,
this is-
but Jeff showed me that album cover, and I was like, "Yeah, that's cool." You're like, "Oh, look a bit closer." I'm like, okay, look a bit closer, and it's just me staring at the sky with this giant gut hanging out, covered in bright green vomit, and it's just like, oh, sick.
surrounded by water and lettuce.
We should use that as your inspiration, Dylan. Like, you'd never want to get back there again. Like,
Yeah, and strangely enough, we started to print some new T-shirts, so you never know what might be on
Oh,
the back of those.
fuck.
oh, that would be class.
Yes.
That would be class. I'd buy one.
Oh, there you go.
I was trying to find the name of your old glam band earlier for this episode,
right.
Jeff. What was it?
Teacher's Pet.
Teacher's Pet.
Oh no,
that's the one.
that was my glam band, but my band before Onslaught was called the Wild Family. But that was
Okay.
more that was more like a Black Crowsy sort of thing.
Which was the one where you saved the guy from a house fire?
Oh, that was Wild Family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that in paper clipping on your page.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, yeah. That's you.
Yeah. That was in I can't remember the fuck it was, Corby, something like that.
It was, yeah.
And somebody had basically set fire to or put chips on in the kitchen, smoked a couple of J's, and then I'd fallen asleep in the settee in the front room.
Ah,
So we
classic
were
house fire.
Yeah, so we were outside in a van, arguing as always, whether we should do the gig the next day as well as the one that we just played was fucking disastrous. And the guitarist looked over and went, "God, there's a guy having a party in the house over there. It's got disco lights and a smoke machine and everything." What the fuck are you talking about? So we ran across the road and there's this guy asleep with an ashtray full of spliff. And literally flames licking across the ceiling. And so I went, fuck, so the guitarist ran off down the road, this is like
Mobile phones. Yeah.
So we went bombing down the road. We went, right, need to break the door down. Okay, let's go. Wait a second. It's open. Fuck, yeah, great. So off we went. Got this fucking guy, woke him up.
So we robbed him. We took the chips.
Yes, we robbed it. Yes, it's the fire's gone through your wallet. So we woke him up, and the first thing he did is stand up, and he went, "Oh no, my chips!" and started walking towards the fire. He went, "No." So we got him out. The fire brigade turned up, put the fire out, and the guy was standing in the garden just watching all of this. And then we chatted and said, like, fucking hell, so what happened, you know, to the fire brigade guys, wanted to know what was going on. And this guy came in the middle of us, tapped the fireman on the shoulder, went, "Is that it? Then we done?" He went, "Well, yeah, I'm cool." Just went in, closed the fucking doors. So the light came on in his bedroom. Like 5 minutes, the light went out. He just went to fucking bed. Nothing had happened. Not a thank you, not a fucking anything. Just
Fucking hell.
What was the house
And
damaged
that's-
then?
what was that?
Was there any damage then to the house?
Yeah, his fucking kitchen was gone. Completely gone.
That is full bar. That's fucked up beyond all recognition, that
I
isn't it?
know. I was massively impressed, to be perfectly honest.
I had
I've
a
got all
friend of
these
mine
cool
fall
tools.
asleep with a pizza in the oven once, and his mother woke him up because the fucking fire alarms now were going off, and he was just oblivious, laying on the settee. But I mean, to have the fire brigade and everything have to turn up because you were flat out fucking comatose to something else.
I know. Cooking a pizza.
I fell asleep in my parents' house with a fucking chip pan on, but luckily it was one of those thermostatic ones. So it just stayed on all night, just turning itself on and off. I went into the kitchen the next morning, slipped and fell over. I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" Everything was just covered in a fine layer of grease.
Oh,
That was the thing with the chip pans, man. They just fucking all the steam was just fucking chip fat steam. So everything it landed on, fucking fridges, floors, everything was just turning into fucking grease traps. Like,
Yeah, that was fun explaining.
Must be like waking up on fucking Wombi Street.
Yeah.
The grease trap.
A
as
thin
they
layer
call
of grease fat everywhere.
Oh, fucking hell.
saying that street that he was living in with a fucking shared uni
Oh.
house. That sounds the same.
Uni students.
Thin layer of fucking grease in the street.
They couldn't figure out how to use a fucking food bin, so the seagulls would absolutely tear it apart.
Got you.
Shit everywhere.
The old street is like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, it was a shithole. It was cheap though.
Can't fault it.
So
Have
what's
you got any more interesting stories about Dylan then?
Oh god.
Oh,
There's things that he might have forgotten to tell us.
Oh, I bet there's a few.
where do we fucking start? Is the thing, isn't it? I guess you've obviously told about Shoe Overboard.
I don't think we've spoken about Chasey Shuey and Shoe Overboard.
I
No?
am near the
No,
show
that doesn't sound familiar, no.
Okay, well, that was on the American tour. Cheesy Shoey is pretty self-explanatory. It involves trying to take the other guy's shoes off and running off with them, and you got to chase after and get your shoes back. And Shoe Overboard is the same sort of thing, but it's got more stakes involved because it's done on a ferry.
Oh, fuck it.
Oh, no.
Jeff managed to snag a shoe, and I was like, "That's funny." And it's like, "Oh no, a shoe overboard."
Oh no, I'm on a ferry.
I got one pair of Vans with me.
That was it. It was in Norway as well. That's fucking freezing.
Was it? Was it in Norway, or was it between America and Canada?
No, that was the tour with the. Oh fuck! No, you're right. No, you're right.
Yeah, I don't think.
So we were playing that island in off the main coast of Canada, weren't we?
Yeah. The Canadian shows were. Oh my god! Do you remember the fucking? What city was it where we got attacked by white supremacists? When you had the glass thrown at you on stage.
Oh yeah. That was in. Was that in Ottawa?
It was somewhere in Canada, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, fun times.
for some reason, there's a massive white supremacist problem in Canada.
Right.
God, do you want to tell this story, Jeff?
To be perfectly honest, I can't really remember much about that one, apart from a guy throwing a glass at me, then rushing or trying to not rush the stage from the front, but come around the the side entrance to the dressing room, and Dylan hit him in the throat with a
with a multi-tool in my hand.
with a multi-tool.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the security of the venue dragged him off and beat the living shit out of him.
Absolutely hammered this guy.
I put it down to as Dylan said, that this guy's a white supremacist.
Yeah.
And we played California before that, and I got myself a tan, and the obviously didn't like it.
Have they replaced?
I
my
wouldn't have
good-
thought of
good white
Canada
faces?
though. They're supposed to be quite like mellow and chill in Canada, aren't they?
Well, that's the
the ones that are mellow and chilled are.
Yeah. I do get them everywhere though.
Well, yeah. No, that was fucking hell, man. I forgot all about that one.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking the trauma of it stuck in my mind because I was shitting myself as he was coming at me.
I can remember I took my bass off and I was wielding it like fucking
Yeah.
like Nicky Six
Well, no,
at St. David's Hall.
He went to jump for... It's because they didn't have any security on the barrier. They were all at the doors, and he went to climb over the barrier. Did it boot him off?
I hit him in the I
Yeah,
hit him
when
in
he
the
tried
face,
to jump.
How can I forget all about that, mate?
Yeah.
Memories.
That was a
Yeah.
while.
It did make for an interesting last show in the
In the whiskey, wasn't it?
Whiskey Go Go. Yeah,
That was fucking cool.
that was cool because so we worked out by the time we got to Los Angeles. We were doing the Whiskey Go Go, and the show was massively oversold. If you remember as well, wasn't it? It was like
Yeah, it was
300
rammed.
more than capacity rammed into this venue.
And no one wanted to be up on the balcony either. They were all on the floor.
Yeah, it was absolute fucking chaos. And so by then we changed the set around quite a lot. So Nige Rocket was doing a lot of the vocals. I was handling sort of a lot of the backing vocals and extra bits and pieces. And then we had the gig before you came in and did some songs, didn't you? You actually sang for the band.
Did I? Fucking hell.
Yeah.
We need
He's got quite. You haven't got a bad voice on him, mind, Dylan.
I know, but I'll tell you what, for a vocalist, he made a really good stage manager.
Yeah.
And for a stage manager, I made a very poor vocalist.
or you could read it that way. But it was good. It was great in the end because we got the crowd on our side. And it ended up being a very good end of the tour in the end. So it was excellent. The venue that I always wanted to play. So it was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a fucking crazy fucking tour, that one.
How's Dave doing on the shows this year?
He's doing good. Well, it's all a bit weird at the moment because Nige has fucked his arms up.
I noticed he wasn't on a couple of shows.
Yeah, well, he's it's all come down to he's got trouble with his neck. I think one of his vertebrae, one of his upper vertebrae collapsed.
Oh fuck!
And it's pinching a nerve.
Yeah,
and that is affecting his arms.
Yeah.
So he can't play guitar, and it's affecting his balance and all sorts of shit. So he's getting surgery done the end of next month, hopefully. So all the shows that we practically all the festivals that we did last year, were all as a 4-piece.
Yeah.
Because luckily Dave.
Oh, he played guitar,
as well.
didn't he? Of course.
Yeah, so he's playing guitar and singing as well.
Yeah.
And the gigs that we just done, I've just come back from. Yeah, we did a micro tour of we were in two shows in the Netherlands and one in Germany.
Yeah,
which were fucking great, by the way. And again, those done as a 4-piece as well.
Oh, so it's working
but it's working out well. We've got a lot, but we're hoping by the time the summer comes along.
Yeah.
Those shows that size, sorry, but that Nige will be back and and rocking out on stage as well. So it's the gigs were booked and we were in a situation we thought we weren't going to cancel them.
Yeah.
But what was funny, I think it was the second gig that we did with Dave singing and playing guitar.
Yeah.
Was the Maryland Death Fest.
Oh fuck yeah!
Which was berserk. So the setup with the band is we've got the set is basically broken into 2 sections with different tunings.
Yeah.
So there's a guitar changeover, and the guitar changeover is a different tuning to the previous one. Yeah. So so we go on stage at the Maryland Death Fest. There are 12,000 people there. 12,000 people. Dave's doing "Let There Be Death," so he does the unaccompanied riff. It's just him playing, and he's halfway through that and he breaks a fucking string.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So and again tries to compensate, playing in a different position. Great. So by the time everything kicks in, so he runs off, grabs the other guitar, hits a chord. It's fucking different tuning, isn't it? So it's his second gig. Playing guitar and singing for Onslaught. We're in front of 12,000 people at the Maryland Death Fest. He's broke a string, he's got a new guitar, so he's got to fucking think of the words and transpose all of the guitar parts as well at 200 BPM thrash speeds as well.
Oh,
and
great!
It was great. I could taste the panic.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Really gave the songs a sense of urgency and distress.
Oh, it was fucking and angst and woe. It was.
Oh, mate.
But in fairness, he did a fucking cracking job, mate.
Awesome.
I would have smashed my bass off and I would have smashed my bass up and fucked off if it was me.
Yeah, I'd have had a complete.
And I'd gone straight to the airport and gone fucking home.
Yeah.
But,
I'd have had a meltdown. I would have just gone and sat behind a cab somewhere and fucking pretended it wasn't there.
Feigned death on stage.
Yeah. Pretend you've been shot.
He's got a wireless system.
That's good, man. You need that, I don't know. When you're playing in front of that many people, you need someone that can keep themselves calm, calm and composed when it's all going wrong, I suppose.
In fairness, I was massively impressed. But,
wasn't it something when you played in Bloodstock? Some of the pyro. Or am I thinking of something else? Did he get caught in a pyro?
Oh well, there were a few things that went on with that one. Was we had the main flamethrowers across the front.
Yeah.
But then at the back of the stage, they had flame bars.
Yeah.
As well. Now the whole idea was the flame bars were going to go on top of the screens.
Right.
So during burn, you had projected flames, then you had real flames on top.
Yeah.
As well. But when we got the dimensions of the stage and where the lighting rig was completely different to the plans that we'd been sent.
Very standard.
Yeah, so the lights were a lot lower. So we couldn't put the flame bars on top because they would have gone straight up into the
into the top of the tent.
Yeah. So they decided to put them on the floor, on the back, and didn't let us know.
Yeah, well, that
didn't let me know.
It took up literally half the stage space, didn't it? Because they had to be a certain distance from the screens.
Yeah, and these things, and they were fucking like, what, 3 meters long each one? So like I said, it's meant to go on these huge fucking screens either side. Yeah. So what happened is the first time they queued up the G flames, the flames at the front, they sent it down the wrong channel. So I was standing back from those as much as I can,
Yeah.
Because they're flamethrowers, and I didn't want to do a Hetfield. So I stood back, and the fucking flame bars went off.
I remember Dylan saying something about it.
Hanging over these fucking things.
Man.
I remember Dylan saying something about it when he came back to camp. But I was in a bit of a knot, but I couldn't remember who in the band was, and nearly went up in flames. And
none of us
talking about
none of us could see at that point. To be fair,
I know.
No, it was the bizarre thing about it is I was expecting these flames to go off at the front, and they didn't. But there was still this intense heat, and I was just like, "What the fuck is going on?" I was just like, oh, wait a second. Oh, no, that's my hair.
That's my ass on fire.
It's my ass, yeah.
Yeah, they chucked the wrong DMX address in it, didn't they?
Yeah, that's exactly what they did.
Mm-hmm.
But they got sorted. They got sorted in the end. We tested some pyro out that we meant to use doing the show. Health and safety came along and they wanted us to set these big, so like stage mortars that we had as well.
Yeah.
So we'd set off a test well. Now, because of the whole lockdown thing, where the company that we were using got the pyro from,
Right.
it had been sitting in the warehouse for 2 years.
Yeah.
So it was and it was well out of date. So these things basically just flew up a block of whatever this combustible material is, and it hit the stage and nearly burnt its way through it. It was
Shit.
fucking horrendous. It was literally weapons grade shit went off, like little bits of napalm, just absolutely everywhere, just burning holes in everything it touched. And the health and safety guy went, "Oh, I don't think we'll be able to use those tonight." I went, "Fucking right, you're not using those tonight."
Yeah. Fucking rain and fire, like.
Oh man, yeah. It was. Oh man, yeah. It was.
I remember watching someone in Cardiff CIA before. I can't remember who it was, and they had fucking mad pyro. It might have been Slipknot.
Yeah.
And it was so high, all the cobwebs and stuff up in the ceiling of the CIA was just all catching fire, and you fucking stood back and you just see all this like sort of lightly lit fucking fire falling down towards the crowd. I was like, fucking hell, this is going to get close now. But
Now
I
that
think
was
they just burnt it off and that was it then.
That was the trousers of some fucking rigger up there.
Yeah. But no, it's mad how something so small can be so catastrophic.
Kind of like
someone small. That's someone's small little mistake.
Well, yeah, and again, we just finished shooting some videos for a couple of songs that are being released fairly soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which I'm not at liberty to tell you about.
Is that an exclusive?
Yeah. But the same thing there. Again, we filmed it in KK's steel mill.
Yeah.
In a big stage production set out, and again, way too many flamethrowers for the size of the stage. And the same thing with that is you're casually wandering about and somebody decides to test the flamethrowers.
Fucking hell.
Literally somebody dragged me back. So, I was looking at that. Wonder what that looks like when it goes off,
Next time we see him playing live now, he's just gonna be covered in that fucking flame-proof gel. It's stuck menu.
Like a full-on silver fucking silver suit.
Just glistening.
But the flames on that one were so intense that Wayne, the lead guitar guy, had this new custom shop guitar made. It looks like an Iceman.
Yeah.
And the flames were so intense that it melted the bindings off it.
Fuck.
Yeah, no.
I know we waited a long time for them to come back as well, didn't he?
Yeah. But it's so it's had a bit of character to it. So nice and yeah.
First melty ice man, like.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Fire and ice. Yeah. See how I did that?
Very clever.
Thank you. But yeah, lots of stories with God, we could go to European tours and fucking all sorts of shit that went on, but it was always eventful.
Yes, hopefully I'll be able to do some shows with you this year.
I need to have a chat with you about that, mate. 'Cause we do have a few things coming up that would be very nice to have you on board with.
Oh yeah, well the podcast's going to go down the pan, boys.
We'll have another 6 months to a year break again.
No, you can do some live reporting from on the road.
You can.
Oh shit, that's an idea.
Yeah, we spoke about that before, like vlogging type stuff, innit?
Yeah. Oh shit.
Dylan, strings are broken. I'm on the fucking blog.
Yeah. Sorry, boys, I'm GoProing me having a piss at the moment.
Dylan, Jeff's on fire. Hang on a minute. Let me put my camera down.
Jeff's on fire again.
Okay.
No, where's Dylan? He's over there looking in that motor. Fuck. Get him back. I wonder what this is like when it goes off.
Pissing about with DMX addresses.
Oh, man, yeah.
I did something like that when I was a kid. I lit a fire and put a car battery on it. Yeah, down the navy yard and down by the tent by there, Dill. And I just stood over the top there and it fucking Blow up.
It can't be a good lithium burn, can it?
No.
No,
Oh, this was
good.
proper battery acid, this was.
Good,
They
good
thought
for
it
the
was
lungs.
water and just like wiped it all off. When I started walking on, I was like, why is my skin burning? And I looked down at the hole. I had these holes starting to appear in my trousers. I ran in my house and said, "Remember, I've splashed this water off me, and the fucking stuff is falling off me." Assassin, get in the bath! Fucking scrubbing me. Well, that's what happens when you're inquisitive, isn't it?
When you're bored and you live in the valleys.
When you're bored,
Yeah.
you live in the valleys.
Yeah. I'd take my. Well, I was making home explosives when I was 10.
Do you want that to go out?
So-
Because I'm pretty sure that's a terrorist offence, isn't it?
No, not back in the 60s. It was perfectly acceptable. In the 70s, it would be actually.
Go on, then.
It was positively encouraged.
What do you make?
But just basic sort of gunpowder and packed it into various things, and also acquired some blank bullets from the local TA centre as well, and pack those into these devices that you get a good bang. But I took my eyebrows off more times than I care to remember. Remember the first time it happened. The first time it happened was actually with the stage pyro with like two little wires come off. You know, that 9-volt battery set them off.
Mm.
I was bored. It was raining. I was sitting in my shed, and I'd started off making it a long wire extension, and you got your kitchen drawer with all your batteries and shit.
Oh, yeah.
The junk drawer, yeah.
Yeah, so I had a big bag of fucking Evereadys and God knows what. So I just I had one stage, and of course I was Christ. I must have been 17, so I wasn't a fucking kid.
You knew better.
This is, so I was trying to set this pyro off in the shed for some reason because it hadn't gone off at the gig with my glam metal band like the night before. So I thought, okay, so maybe the wire's crap. So we got closer and closer with less and less batteries, and ended up with the 2 inches of wire that actually comes out of the pyro itself. And I was pressing it down the rain. I was sitting there cross-legged, last battery. This thing went off in my face. And I remember standing there thinking, "Oh, that was strange." So I went in my mum and dad, still living with mum and dad. Went at the mum and dad's house. What are you fucking doing? Nothing, mum. Nothing, mum. And I went there and I looked and there was just like black dots where my eyebrows used to be, and I gently brushed them away. And fucking hell, you take your eyebrows off, you look like a completely different person.
Yeah.
You could commit murder, shave your eyebrows off, walk amongst everybody, and you'll never be caught.
You literally go from Brian Warner to Marilyn Manson, like.
Exactly. Yeah. And the next day, I nearly burnt the shed down with doing the same sort of thing, but with petrol.
Nice.
Petrol.
I suppose if you're in a glam band and losing your eyebrows weren't that bad. Stage makeup and all that.
I could just paint them back on. Gorgeous.
I used to do that fire breathing stuff.
That's right. Yeah. I've seen you do that.
And one night, just explaining to this boy how, no, you can't use petrol because his flash point is too high. You've got to use paraffin oil. You've got to use paraffin oil. He's like, "Oh, do you have any paraffin oil?" Yeah. I'm like, "No, but I got petrol." I'm sure if I mix this with a bit of whiskey, that'll lower the flash point.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, Dylan, man.
And did it?
Nah.
Did it?
I fucking blew it out my mouth, and then all I could see was orange and extreme heat. And it's like, right, I've just not got to breathe in now because I could deal with facial burns, but if you fucking burn the inside of your mouth and your throat and your lungs.
Yeah, that's.
So I thought, my mate's here, he'll put me out any second. And all I could hear was, I was like the fucking Tibetan monk. All I could hear was this cunt going, "Fuck me, it's Ghost Rider."
Yes.
It's the Rage Against the Machine album.
A lot of friends falling,
You know.
Stand and watch you burn.
To be fair, we would all stop and fucking watch Dan burn for a bit, wouldn't we?
It always comes back to Dan.
I know. Jeff don't even know that.
I'll watch him burn too if you like. So.
Yeah. He's worth it.
I was thinking about some tour stories, Jeff, and I was thinking about Halloween in the Alrosa Villa.
Ooh, ooh, yeah. That was. Well, I thought you looked fucking brilliant, personally.
We thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't go down too well in the end, though, did it?
No.
Do you want to explain this one?
For context, the Alrosa Villa is the venue in America where Dimebag got shot and killed.
Oh, fucking hell. I can only imagine, yeah.
And
and it was Halloween night.
it was
Yeah.
Halloween night. And I was quite fat at the time with a receding hairline, so I always had a bandana on. And Jeff was like, I'd draw some stripes on your face. You'd look just like Vinnie Paul. You know, when he had like the 3-stripe beard?
What do you mean when he had it? He always had it. He took that to the grave with him.
So we put some like work gloves on me because he always drummed with gloves on. I had a pair of drumsticks, and Jeff got some Sharpie and drew it on my face, and we thought it was fucking hilarious. And I was just sitting at the merch table, and people were coming in and just looking at me, giving me stinking looks. And I was like, "Get it, Vinnie Paul?" And they're like, "Yeah, we get it." And it's like, Jeff, this is a state where they can carry firearms, isn't it?
That's right. Wasn't that venue right next to a dodgy trailer park as well? There's some proper rednecks down there.
Yeah. They've knocked it down now.
I know, man. It was an amazing place to play, but fucking, it was really weird being in that dressing room.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was horrible, man, because behind the stage, one side was a tiny little dressing room, and the other side was the exit. And a bunch
and you
of
knew
people,
what happened there as well.
yeah, like a bunch of people made it to the exit, and a bunch of people ran the other way to the fucking dressing room.
Yeah, and I've seen the footage. You know, you've got the police officer who goes in with the
Do you know his name?
shotgun.
Do you know his name?
What, the officer?
Yeah, his name's Sergeant Niggermeyer.
Yeah.
Oh,
I may have to censor that, or we'll get taken off.
I think
Oh,
yeah,
so.
I don't think you're allowed to say mayor. Yeah.
But yeah, he absolutely.
But the whole point is, I've seen the footage of him getting on stage with that shotgun,
Yeah.
and I always thought that when he went through that little door, that it was some sort of spinal tap, sort of scenario, where you go downstairs. And it's, it then turns into like a game of Doom, where you're going through like the corridors and whatever. But no, it was just fucking there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It literally was. That's the dressing room. It was just like fucking man. It was so weird.
At least it was an easy loading.
This is true. It wasn't easy.
But the power kept going off there. Kept dropping.
And there was that voice that kept going, "Get out!"
As I say, that's the spirit that died fucking with you, that is, because you dressed up like his brother.
Yeah.
For Americans, man, they just don't get anybody else's fucking humour, or do they? I think the only people that get the British humour are the Australians and the New Zealanders, and that's it.
Oh, New Yorkers are good.
Yeah.
They're absolutely brutal, sarcastic motherfuckers.
Good. I want to go to New York now.
Oh, they're great. Go to a New York rock bar. It's an experience, man. It's fucking great. But Colin, any more? I'm just trying to think.
Yeah.
Even the last one that you came to in was that in Belgium, where there was the after show back at the hotel? They got massively overhead.
Yeah. Oh my god, I forgot about that. That the guy on the front desk fucking hated us, didn't he?
Yeah.
So it was a good show. It was a good fun show, and then there wasn't really a like green room area, was it? And you were chucked out your backstage area pretty soon after you were done playing.
Yeah.
So we were just hanging in the hotel foyer, getting pretty rat-assed. They wouldn't open the bar for us, so we just started drinking the rider in the hotel lobby. All these other bands kept coming through, and they're like, "We're not going to drink this beer," so they were just leaving crates and crates with us.
But if you remember with the bar, the guy that they did open the bar, the guy started serving, then said, "No, I'm not," because by then all the other bands had turned up, loads of people from the gig as well. In this, it's quite a nice hotel, sort of.
Yeah.
And the guy went, "No, I'm not dealing with you people anymore. You're fucking animals. I'm not fucking doing it." And locked himself in the room behind the bar. So everybody just started going behind the bar and helped themselves to drinks.
Class.
And it got fucking nuts. And it's about 2:00 in the morning.
I was thinking about a different show. I remember this one now.
You know what I'm talking about? That was the last one. Yeah, the other one was the Oh yeah. There was that guy passed out on the counter, like, thrown up everywhere. The police, the Belgian police turned up. Or was it Holland? It might have been. It was either the Netherlands or Belgium. One or two. But anyway,
Nicky's missus.
But the police turned up at 2:00 in the morning, and there's people behind the bar just helping themselves to drinks and stuff. Everybody just like froze. Police turned up and had a look around, seen the chaos, seen this guy passed out on the bar. Everyone sitting around went, "You fucking come with us." The only guy that was doing nothing.
Yes.
And literally was just carry on, and you could hear behind the door that there'd be like this guy just whimpering, going, "Oh no, come back." Yeah, so that went on till about 4:00 in the morning, I think.
Okay, I can't remember getting home from that one. Yeah, that was a late one.
Yeah.
And they weren't gentle with him either. They fucking ragged him, didn't they?
Oh yeah. Now the next morning was fucking chaos. I came down for breakfast and they hadn't cleaned up. There were like stalactites of sick hanging on the walls and underneath the counter and stuff. And the bodies passed out and shit and urine on the floor. I've
got a cracking video from that night of me going to the toilet, to the reception, into the toilet, and you go in there and there's just two people passed out on the floor.
And they were still there in the morning.
They were there in the morning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
So an Onslaught after party's a good after party then.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we had a few legendary ones, that's for sure.
Oh, we've had some good times.
Have you got any UK shows coming up?
Not at the moment.
No.
The itinerary the thing about a lot of stuff is on hold at the moment as we're waiting for Nights to.
For Nights, yeah.
So we've got some festivals booked, like I said, for the summer. And then we shall see what happens after that, basically.
Yeah.
So it might be a case of going out and start to book some tours, which I know are tentatively being looked into.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not really committing to anything at the moment because we don't do any. Yeah. Like so, we've done a few headline shows now, and they went fine. But ideally, obviously, we want to go up there with Night.
Yeah, definitely.
So this is as soon as we know what's going on, then we'll have, with Night, and we'll have a better idea of how we're gonna.
So how was he injured his neck then? Or was it just?
It's just
years of headbanging.
Well, do you know what the funny thing is? His chiropractor said exactly that to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically years of excessive headbanging has fucked him up.
The Phil Anselmo thing, like.
Yeah. Well, the same thing happened with Psy. If you noticed later shows with Psy, he's still running around stage, but he wasn't headbanging anymore.
Yeah.
Because his doctor told him if you headbang anymore, that you could fucking seriously injure yourself.
It's not really. These weren't really considered in the 70s and 80s when it started, is it?
No,
exactly. But It was funny as fuck.
But you go to a show, right? And that's one night and you fucking jump about and act like an idiot and headbang and you fucked for a couple of days later. But if you were on tour and you're doing that every day for fucking weeks on end,
Yeah.
Got to have its effect on you, innit?
Well, the funny thing is that for the first couple of nights you get what was called headbanger's neck, you know, it's just like you feel like fucking hell, but that loosens up after a while. Which is kind of a bad thing because your body's given up on trying to take the stuff.
Trying to repair.
It's like
Fucking hell.
it's like ejecting all the lettuce again.
Mate,
Bad feel was bad feel. Fuck it, just keep going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
when I was fat as fuck, I was absolutely bulletproof. But now I've got my shit together. I was in a Premier Inn the other day and I was like, fucking hell, this air conditioning's drying me out.
And this is the man that slept wedged between a bed and a radiator
because no one could get me out.
We've had that story, Del, haven't we?
Oh fuck! I spooned Mikey that night. I managed to get out between the bed and the radiator. They just
2
packed.
seconds, I'll be back. No.
All right, they just packed me in with pillows like a fucking mental patient.
Stop you injuring yourself further, wouldn't it?
But about 3 a.m., I crawled out of bed, got in with Mikey, spooned him, and then just spewed all over him.
Nice.
That was full loco night.
Yeah, that was same night, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Happy days.
the good times.
What year did you join Onslaught then, Jeff?
It was just before they released Killing Peace.
Nice.
So it was
06, is it?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
06.
Yeah. So it was interesting. They were.
I can see the reflection of the Wikipedia in his eyes.
They were getting the songs together to start recording Killing Peace when I joined. But there was a transition. Jim, who was playing bass at the time, knew that he was going to be leaving the band. So there's nothing, unexpected, and it was all really amicable. So basically, he came along to practice, no rehearsals. He'd play for the first hour, going through the. He still played some gigs with them. He went to Japan with them and played a few of the other shows with them. So he played the first hour, mainly going through the songs that they were just about to record for the album, and then I'd stand in then for the next hour, going through the set that I had learned for the shows. Yeah. So and then I ended up doing all the artwork for Killing Peace. So I did the artwork before I'd actually played any gigs with them. I'd done the album cover and stuff. And then the first gig that I played was in Oulu in Finland. It's a festival up there. And it was the first show that I played in about 16 years. And it was really
straight into the deep end.
Well, I'd never played thrash before. I'd never played with the plectrum before. My first gig in 16 years, I can remember standing on stage and not knowing where to put my feet. I'm sure you meant to do something with these to make them look cool. And the wise words of a friend of mine came into my head. It said, if you want to look cool on stage, stand like your feet have just had the worst argument ever and want to be as far away from each other as possible.
You gave me the exact same advice when I was in a band.
Yeah. So if you see any photographs from that show, I'm standing there like a fucking extended Y. It looks massive, with a look of pale terror on my face.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, good fun.
The Onslaught that taught a lot, didn't he?
Not as much as I'd like to be. We like to get out there and play. It's always been a live band. That's what we like to do. I think that's where the energy is. That's where the fun of it is.
I had never heard Onslaught until Bloodstock.
Well, it was 2 months before Bloodstock we started listening because we knew Dylan was obviously stage managing.
All right, okay.
hadn't really got into them, but me and Nick had like set up a playlist because we work together. So we'd like set up a playlist for work and started listening to it, and I was like, we've missed out on some fucking years.
Yeah.
Oh, it's strange. We're a band that's very good at keeping shit to ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, we're other bands that are going out and getting major press for things. We've done. We were the first ever international thrash metal band to play in the Lebanon.
Yeah.
Yeah, ever. We were the first international thrash metal band to play in Vietnam.
Fuck.
And yeah, and just managed to keep all that sort of shit to ourselves, basically.
See, that's impressive. Like, yeah.
Has anybody ever played it before? No. Cool.
I'd imagine you're quite big in Vietnam for that reason, then.
Well,
Everyone's big in Vietnam because the average height is about.
I can remember that gig. It was fucking great. There was a guy in the front row wearing a motorbike helmet, and all the way through the gig, all he was doing was smashing his head up against the stage, relentlessly and at speed all the way through the gig. That's what he did for an hour, just literally smashing his head up against the.
And spent the following day like, oh fuck me, I got an headache. Where's that come from?
Yeah. Where's my bike? Lost my fucking bike. But it was so there's all sorts of shit like that. I mean, I think we've done one of the longest tours in China that any metal band had played at that point.
What was the
etc. But
yeah?
It's an impressive resume, it's not.
And now you've been on the old school Ghoul support.
Yeah.
Yes, you have, yes.
Now you've reached your pinnacle. Now you've reached
just
your
want to tick
pinnacle.
that one off my list.
Yeah. You can retire now.
Not only
Not yet.
retire, but
Not
retire
yet.
a happy man.
Yeah.
You can't retire yet.
No, we still got loads planned. There's a lot of stuff we got in the pipeline.
Because
we're not leaving it so long for the next studio album either.
Oh, wicked.
That's the thing with us with the albums. When we started listening to Onslaught, do you know when you like firstly get into a new band, you listen to what's their latest,
The first album.
and work back,
The last album, yeah.
the last album, the latest one. But with Onslaught, when me and Nick were listening, we went all the way back to the Force first off.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then worked our way up and listened to the progression of the music as it's coming up, like.
Yeah.
And how heavy the last album was, I was like, they're not done yet.
Yeah. It's that your bass tone is fucking something else, like.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
As soon as especially on the new album, that's the first thing that jumped out to me on the newer album was the bass tone. As soon as it starts off, I was like, fucking that's meaty. It's not like it's not like a bass tone you can compare to anyone else either.
It's this.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I appreciate
that.
It's
not like.
It's amazing how simple. I don't know if you want to give away any secrets, but it's amazing how simple your rig is live.
Yeah, but basically, a lot of it comes down to the guitar itself, which is
comparison.
Which is one of those just behind this. So there's a comparison. I had a custom one made, which has got EMGs in there, one volume, so it's kind of hot rodded, so both pickups on all the time. Swamp ash body, ebony fretboard gives you a bit more snap. Then the live rig is basically based around a Sans amp. So I got the tuner first, so that when I mute, TU2. So you put that down, it'll obviously mute the signal to the Sans amp.
Yeah.
The Sans amp acts as a DI to the front of the house, and that is the only signal that goes through the PA.
It's just raw as fuck.
Yeah, so the amps that I've got on stage are purely there for monitors.
Fuck me, that's simple. As simple as you can get.
Yeah,
it's absolutely.
You just crank it up. Everything on the Sans amp is just over 12 o'clock.
Yeah,
and that's it. It's
Is that something you've done just for Onslaught then, or was it like, you know, you've always done it back in your glam days as well?
Well, no, but back in the glam days, I just used to use whatever amps I could get my fucking hands on, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
It all came down to I was using Ashdown before that, when Ashdown in Dorsey, and Mesa Boogie now as well. But the Ashdown stuff, you turn the gains up and everything, and you got a really nice sort of like full sound out of it. But we did some gigs in Greece with Napalm Death, and I realised that the bassist there didn't have any rig at all. He doesn't use bass amps, and it was just a Sans amp and a monitor. And then that's his entire rig, and I'm just like, what the fuck is all this about? So he explained how it just goes out. So I immediately bought myself one. And it's been fucking amazing, because it doesn't matter where you play in the world. Like I said, your bass amp is basically
the entire system is the amplifier.
Exactly, and you get that Tech 21 and the guitar is your sound.
Yeah,
and you can take that anywhere in the world. And even if your on-stage amp is a bit shit, obviously it's great to have the best on-stage monitoring that you can, which is why obviously having a good amp is still important. But regardless, there were some of those shows on that American tour certainly the first American tour there did, that they weren't even, that they forgot to supply bass amps. So again, so it's a case of a monitor and using the Tech 21. Saying all of that, the last set of gigs that we just did, the first night of the show was in Uden in the Netherlands, and Ed was doing the sound. Yeah. And he didn't have me going through the rig at all. He said the on-stage sound was so fucking loud. I didn't even have you going through the. I didn't have you going through the PA at all. All right, okay. So yeah. So keep it simple. As I've always been about keeping it simple. Just keep the signal as pure as you possibly can. Yeah. I think the only difference on the album, the last album, I think the as well as going through that rig, I think it was also reamped through a vintage Ampeg.
Oh, nice.
Blueface.
Oh, cool. Just to give it some width,
just and that was the second. Yeah. The second source that was
cool.
mixed just to give it a little bit more.
Oh, so you've got a really compressed DI signal, and then just a nice.
Yeah, open valvey, natural valvey compression.
Nice.
So it's good. That's some stink as well.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's just brought us up to an hour. If you're happy with that, mate.
That's good, man. I'm done.
Yeah. Right. I'm gonna call our recording now. Thanks very much, boys.
Fucking pleasure, that.